Have you ever met someone who felt like they were carved from your very soul, only to discover that being with them was impossible? Imagine encountering a person who awakens every cell in your body, who speaks the language of your deepest dreams, who seems to understand parts of yourself you've never shared with anyone else, and then having to walk away. It's a pain so exquisite, so perfectly crafted. It feels almost intentional, almost as if the universe conspired to place this person in your path. Not to give you what you want, but to show you something far more profound about who you are meant to become. They come into your life not by chance, but by design. Carl Jung believed that the people who shake us to our core are mirrors of the unconscious. They reflect the parts of ourselves we are not yet ready to face or to love. You might think it's just heartbreak, but really, it's a universe speaking through a soul contract, pushing you to evolve, awaken, and heal the shadow within. If this resonates with you, you've likely felt the same energy described in why the universe sends you someone you can't be with, that powerful, mysterious force guiding your path. Carl Jung, the pioneering psychologist who mapped the hidden territories of the human psyche, believed that nothing in our emotional lives happens by accident. According to Jung, when we encounter someone we cannot be with, someone who ignites our soul but remains beyond our reach, we are not experiencing a cosmic joke or a cruel twist of fate. We are being invited into one of life's most transformative experiences. This is not about romance in the traditional sense. This is about the universe using another person as a key to unlock the deepest chambers of your own becoming. Think about that person who haunts your thoughts, the one who appeared in your life like lightning illuminating a dark sky, showing you landscapes within yourself you never knew existed. Perhaps they were already committed to someone else. Perhaps the timing was impossibly wrong. Perhaps you lived in different worlds, separated by circumstances that seemed insurmountable. Perhaps they were meant to be a teacher, not a lover. The rational mind tries to make sense of it, to find logical explanations for why something that felt so right could be so wrong. But Jung would tell you that logic is not the language the psyche speaks. The unconscious mind operates through symbols, through meaningful coincidences, through encounters that shatter our carefully constructed sense of who we think we are. When you meet someone you cannot be with, you are not meeting just another person. You are meeting a mirror that reflects back to you the parts of yourself that have been waiting in the shadows, undeveloped and unexpressed. This person embodies qualities, dreams, and potentials that exist within you but have remained dormant. They are not showing you what you lack. They are showing you what you are capable of becoming. The magnetic pull you feel toward them is actually a pull of your own unrealized self, calling you toward growth, toward integration, toward the fullness of who you are meant to be. Jung called this phenomenon projection, the unconscious process by which we see in others what we cannot yet see in ourselves. But this particular kind of projection is different. It's not about seeing our shadows or fears reflected back to us. It's about seeing our highest potential, our unlived life, our soul's deepest yearnings made manifest in another human being. The person you cannot be with is carrying a piece of your own wholeness, and your task is not to possess them, but to reclaim that piece of yourself, the intensity of your feelings for this person, the way they seem to bypass your rational defenses and speak directly to something ancient and primal within you, is a sign that something profound is trying to emerge from the depths of your psyche. Your soul is using this connection to wake you up from the trance of ordinary living, to remind you that you are capable of feeling things more deeply, of loving more authentically than you ever imagined possible. This person is not meant to complete you. They are meant to reveal to you that you are already complete, but perhaps not yet fully expressed. The question is not why the universe brought you someone you cannot have. The question is, what is this person's presence in your life trying to teach you about yourself? What part of your own nature are they reflecting back to you? What aspect of your potential are they calling forth? The answer to these questions holds the key to understanding not just this relationship, but your entire journey of becoming who you are meant to be. The love that breaks you open is not the love that destroys you. It is the love that destroys your illusions about yourself. When you encounter someone who touches the deepest parts of your being, but remains beyond your reach, you are being introduced to a sacred kind of heartbreak. This is not the petty disappointment of not getting what you want. This is a profound shattering that occurs when your soul recognizes itself in another person, only to discover that the recognition itself was the gift, not the relationship. Jung understood that the most powerful experiences in our lives often come disguised as losses. The person you cannot be with has cracked open something within you that had been sealed shut, perhaps for years, perhaps for lifetimes. They have awakened a capacity for feeling that you may have forgotten you possessed. They have reminded you that you are capable of love that transcends the ordinary boundaries of possession and control. This awakening is not meant to torture you. It is meant to liberate you from the small, safe version of yourself that you had settled for before this person entered your life. You may have been living on the surface of your own experience, going through the motions of love and connection without fully understanding what you were capable of feeling. You may have accepted relationships that were comfortable but not transformative, connections that were pleasant but not profound. Then this person appeared, and suddenly you understood the difference between loving someone and being in love with the mystery of existence itself. They showed you that love is not just an emotion but a state of being, not just a feeling but a way of perceiving reality. The breaking open is necessary because the person you were before you met them was not large enough to contain the love you are capable of experiencing. Your heart had to be cracked open to make room for a more expansive way of being in the world. This process is inherently painful because all growth involves the destruction of what came before. The caterpillar must dissolve completely before it can become the butterfly. Your old ways of loving, of being, of understanding yourself had to be shattered to make space for something more authentic and alive. Jung believed that our greatest wounds often become our greatest sources of wisdom and strength. The person who breaks you open is not wounding you. They are revealing wounds that were already there, wounds that needed to be acknowledged and healed. Perhaps you had closed your heart after previous disappointments. Perhaps you had convinced yourself that deep love was not possible or not worth the risk. Perhaps you had settled for a life of quiet desperation, telling yourself that passion and profound connection were luxuries you could not afford. This person's presence in your life is forcing you to confront these old wounds, these limiting beliefs about what you deserve and what is possible for you. They are not causing your pain. They are bringing your pain to the surface, so it can finally be healed. The intensity of your feelings for them is proportionate to the depth of the healing that is trying to occur. You are not being punished by the universe. You are being offered an opportunity to return to wholeness. The love that breaks you open also breaks open your understanding of love itself. You begin to realize that love is not about possession or control, not about getting your needs met or having your desires fulfilled. Love is about recognition, about seeing and being seen, about touching and being touched by the mystery of another human being. The person you cannot be with has given you a glimpse of what it means to love without agenda, to connect without conditions, to be present to another person's essence without needing to own or change them. This realization is both liberating and terrifying. It liberates you from the small, transactional understanding of love that keeps most people trapped in relationships more about security than growth, but also terrifies you because it calls you to love in a way that offers no guarantees, no safety nets, no promises of permanence. You are being asked to love like the mystics, love with complete surrender to the present moment, with total acceptance of what is, with no attachment to outcomes. The person who breaks you open is teaching you that the deepest love is not about having someone, but about being transformed by the encounter with them. They are showing you that you can love someone completely and still let them go, that you can be grateful for a connection even when it cannot continue, that you can be broken open by love and emerge more whole than you were before. They were never meant to be your forever. They were meant to be your mirror, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself that you had forgotten or never fully developed.